Hello everybody, my name is Dark Sage Walker and we're going to play a little bit more Bloodstained. Even though I'm really plowing through the game as much as someone like me can plow through the game on my first save file, I do want to keep playing on this one. I want to show you guys just a little bit more of what the game is like. I don't know how much more of the game I'm going to be showing. And it's not because I don't like it, it's because while I am playing it, I kind of... Hello, Arbyville. While I am playing, I kind of want to focus on just doing my thing. That, I'm also used to being a lot stronger than this right now, but that's not really much of an excuse. There we go. By the way, I had mentioned earlier that I didn't think that the giant rats had a shard. Turns out I was wrong about that. The giant rats do have a shard. Now, as I had mentioned last time, I'm going to be skipping all the story beats. I would honestly say if you're interested in them, just play the game for yourself. I think it's worth it. This game deserves all the attention it can get. Not that it doesn't have enough, I'm just saying. Alright. As I had mentioned, as I may or may not have mentioned before, there actually is a decent amount of dialogue in this game. There's plenty of context to go around for things.
What are we transmuting this time?
Let's see, what are we transmuting this time? I like the idea of the pirate hat. I was using that for a while in my other save file. I'm still wearing the country dress, thank you very much.
I'll go with this.
Hairband, da-da-da-da-da. I don't think I want to use all of my iron for that. I kinda want to make that, but I kinda don't. There's a reason to make it, though.
I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
And the reason to make things, even if you're not necessarily planning on using them right off the bat, is because you... Oh, hey, there's one I'm missing. Sorry, there's an easier place to farm for it anyway.
Once I've transmuted an item, I'll pass it on to Dominique, so she can carry it at the supply post for you.
And that would be the reason.
I'll do my best to inform you of what items you can make from what materials. But when it comes to items I don't know about...
I understand.
Also, the demon crystal you've obtained. The shard. Each shard requires...
Yeah.
I think I will.
Also, neither one of us has... If you bring me with proper
And that's... I skipped over it, but what they're trying to say is that... Alright, just going over all of the katana techniques I know. I don't think any of them are available on the dull blade. But that one is on the Nodachi, and I think I'm going to be sticking with that for a little bit.
Mary, since this is your first time here...
Yeah, I don't need to know that, all that much about the supply post. There is plenty to be had here, make no mistake. Battle boots, lethal boots. So at first, she's gonna have more stuff here than otherwise, but it will quickly start to become that there is less here. And you're going to be spending a lot of time just making things. Now, I like to keep my intelligence high because I do tend to use my shards quite a bit.
Then we have a deal. Is this right? Then we have a deal.
There we go.
Oh.
Cool. And now I can go back and forth with ease. Alright, so we're going to go Pirate Hat, which, yes, that lowers my intelligence, but increases my luck. So, all in a day's work, really.
Oh, hello! I hope you're ready to loosen those purse strings.
He seems oddly well adjusted for someone who is just about to lose their life.
Dominique, what is all this machinery? That is photographic equipment we've been working on. To put it more plainly...
Yeah, pictures, we get it.
I'll see if...
I don't know where the silver bromide is to find and unlock the camera, though. Assuming that that's a thing, so if someone knows more than I do about that, then by all means enlighten me.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. Help my husband rest in peace. Kill that murderer dead!
Alright, and she gives you quests relating to hunting monsters.
I'm glad me fields are...
What we...
And he's gonna help me plant stuff.
Good.
I think I'll start with rice seeds.
Can you plant this?
Sure.
And she wants you to help find heirlooms of the villagers to...
Thank you.
Now, do I have that item? But basically, you trade her one item and she'll give you something else as recompense. Oh, yeah, I can just give you a tunic now.
How are you? Here's what you asked for. This is it. That's one more village.
You love how over the top they get for you cleared a quest. It's like, oh my god, amazing things have happened here today!
This is the keeps... Right.
And now she wants just a regular ring.
Thank you.
Alright. Now, I have a regular ring, but it's... There we go. Yay, baby! Katana! It's also fun just to see bits of enemy go flying. Could also just be that I'm a very simple person to please. And that's a good way to level up mastery on that item. Or weapon. Item, what? Man. Ooh, tomatoes. So, as you can see, there is a lot... Oh yeah, I was going to equip Bone Toss. I'll show that off. And that's why I like to keep my intelligence high.
Predictable.
Yeah, that's a strangely effective way of leveling that up. Just have the giant rat walk at you and be like, haha, counterattack, motherfucker!
Predictable.
And you don't get a huge boost. See, there we go. Oh, and he drops cheese in case, you know, oh, it's a rat, he dropped cheese. Hey. I'm actually going to stick with Summon Rat for a bit, because that attack is kind of funny. And again, I'll show it off. There you go. I somehow missed, though. Now, increasing the duration of that wouldn't be a bad thing, if I may be honest. Come on.
Predictable.
But in order to improve the rank on that, I need to find other materials and transmute them.
Here's what you asked. This
Now, I've never felt the need to equip the safe ring,
is the
but
right.
it is good to have.
Thank you.
And for when I eventually can make Brigadine, there we go.
Look how far the crop.
Yeah, look how far they have come indeed, sir.
Got any tub?
Here's what I've turned up on. Good work.
And now I have 3 rings. Those 3 rings will actually be useful later, but for right now, let's just hold on to them. Whew, I'm a sweaty boy right now, and I'm not saying that to just catch attention or anything. It's just, for some reason, it's very warm in my room. Yay! That is also over the top, and I love it. Ammunition capacity has improved! And there's a warp spot. Stone mask, that'll have a good early game piece of luck here. Oh, and there's one of those bird things. I still haven't gotten your shard. And that continues to not change. Bad is also pretty good. Yes, I would like to use... Oh, good. Hollow point rounds. As you can see, not always the easiest thing in the world to get what you're looking for off of some of these enemies. Up. Up. Good. There we go. Actually, I don't think I'm going to equip the elf ears this time. I did it on my first save file for a long time. And whereas it's a fun cosmetic, that's also about all it is. I don't know if there's any sort of achievement for sitting in a good number of chairs or not. As far as I can tell, it's just something that you can do. And the bonus to knives is just how friggin' fast they are. I think until I find a good place to level, well, to master the surprise gift, I think I'm just gonna stick with this. Alright, and I still have yet to get your shard. It's gonna take a little bit like this, but then again, these guys don't show up all that often. And it's only mildly faster than doing it on the boat, but hey, it's got to get done at some point, right? And because I am just kind of showing the game off and maybe trying some things on this save file that I didn't try on the previous one, it's very possible that I probably won't stick around to get this shard. I give it a few more opportunities, but ultimately, I do want to show off some more of the game, because once you get into the castle, things really open up. And it doesn't take long to get there. I'm just one of those people that likes to grind, that likes to earn my rights. There we go. Gale Crawler. Nice screen shake. And don't worry, I'll be showing off Gale Crawler. And here you can see the 2.5D graphics that they used. It honestly doesn't look bad. Going down here first, though. Now, you can go down there, but you can't do anything there until you can swim. There is another way into the Forbidden Underground Waterway that you will find later, but as of right now, it's, you know, it's nice to know it's there. And there you go, Gale Crawler. I do like Gale Crawler. It's a nice damaging projectile shockwave. I just wish it went along something. I just wish it traveled straight rather than. And I knew about that for a while. And there's your first 8-bit coin. That can be used to create gear in the shop, or not in the shop, in Johannes' alchemy station. Yeah, give me another one. What the hell? Now we're going to go back and enter the castle proper. Because, hey, it's a Castlevania game in everything but name. Might as well actually get to the actual castle. You know, the meat and bones of this adventure. Should probably say meat and potatoes, but oh well. You even have transitional hallways like in Symphony of the Night. Ooh, dramatic. Woo! Give me your treasure. It's not much of a treasure, but I can still use it in the alchemy lab. Wow, I missed really bad. But you can't say that the attempt wasn't made, at least. Just because I missed doesn't mean it wasn't worth trying. Those guys are a really good way to level up that ability with. They also drop some pretty decent gear for this point in the game, so they're good to farm against, basically. Plus, they drop the ever-useful sword expertise shard. Also, their death animation is absolutely fantastic. It's a good way to level up 11th hour, and they're just worth pretty decent treasure and experience. Overall, nothing bad to say about that enemy. So now, oh, he dropped an item too. That was probably the longsword. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, well, 5G isn't much. I'm hoping to get a longsword off of him, honestly. No, it was steel. It's still not bad, though. You can always use more components to make things. More steel. And again, I'm not upset. By all means, keep giving me these things, Mr. Lion. Screwed up my timing there. And I still say that hopping attacks are the best way to get things done, because most items have a bit of a... most items have a bit of a lag when you just swing them on the ground, and that's especially true of the whip, but I think I showed that in my first video.
Predictable.
Basically, for those of us who remember our Castlevania and our Symphony of the Night and all that, which I guess that is Castlevania, a lot of the mechanics remain more or less, I'm not gonna say unchanged, but I'm done. Another level up, I'm getting stronger, and he dropped obsidian. Woo, obsidian! Block your attack and cut your armpit, and you go flying like a putty.
Predictable.
You all know what a putty is, right? Wonder if that showed up in the video. For those of you wondering, I accidentally hit the Xbox button on my controller, and yes, there. It opened up the game bar, but I don't think it did anything. It didn't stop recording necessarily.
Predictable.
Some mastery on that technique coming. Very good. I love it.
Predictable.
More obsidian. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't dropped the longsword yet.
Predictable.
Or a second sword expertise shard, for that matter.
Predictable.
But I can still marvel at that death animation.
Predictable.
Yeah, give me your penny. What the hell? It all helps in the long run. And mastery! So now I can use that technique with any katana, and that will be incredibly useful. Now I'm sure you're thinking, well, why switch to the Basilard? Well, because now I can start leveling that up. I think pretty soon here I'm going to want to find a save point. I'm not going to sit here going for a longsword forever. Yeah, that's what you get. Alright, and that's a reason to go buy a rapier. Leather chest guard. I think I'm gonna keep with my intelligence boosting gear, but it's always good to have something like that. That's a Gearman. His shard is okay. I kind of prefer the Gale Crawler myself. Also, ghosts like the one I just, boned. Immature joke. They are pretty resistant to physical attacks, even though they don't have a lot of HP, so I prefer to use my shard powers against them. Knives may not be super strong, but they are quite quick, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, he dropped in the blood. Yeah. By the way, you're not seeing wrong. There is a pathway down from there, from the, blood statue, but I can't use it yet. So, oh well, too bad. And here's a save point. How wonderfully timed, he says. Hey, I gained 4 levels just by going around and farming some boys. Now, I am going to go back and farm the Sabnock for just a moment. Actually, no, I can do that on my own time. So let's actually go up and see what's up there. I got a few minutes before I cut the video. be afraid. Bam! I don't know if Bone Toss can... Oh my goodness. There's something about this enemy I really like. Here it is. I don't know why I like that so much. And there's the Ghost Shard. I probably won't use that one very much either, but hey, I'm glad I have it. Come on, man. And as soon as I have a Palicus, I can start practicing with that skill. 500 good. Yeah. I am going to be skipping the story beats. I apologize if anyone's upset about that. This is more so about showing off the gameplay than showing off the story. So if anyone has an actual issue with that, please let me know. But the Bloodstained videos I plan on making, we're going to be focusing more so on gameplay than story. If anyone has an issue, let me know in the comments. Like, I'm not necessarily just trying to be inflammatory or saying that it's not important. What I am saying is that I would prefer to focus on the story beats. I thought for sure he was going to drop a long sword, but I stand corrected. And we've already made it to the Garden of Silence. By the way, in case you're wondering, you can actually attack downwards with most weapons by crouching and pointing diagonally down. So crouch and then point diagonally downwards with the control stick, or in this case the control pad, and you can just attack ground-bound enemies there. Which is a neat little thing that I liked in Symphony of the Night, and it's here in this game too, and again, just as useful. You can also attack downwards in the air, and you can do that with just about anything other than great swords, I've noticed. And again, it's good stuff. Pigs can't fly, well these ones can. Obsidian equipment! Only problem is I'm pretty sure that item is bugged, so... I could be wrong about that, I may just have my facts off. I might not know what the obsidian equipment is. God, I'm sorry, I think that guy's death cry is hilarious. I actually don't know how to get past the Iron Maiden, so if someone knows, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know how to get past that Iron Maiden. There be treasure over there that I be wanting. Why did you say it like that? I don't know, I thought I felt like being a pilot for a minute. Arr! I'm gonna stop that now. And Barbados is the owner of one of my favorites. One of my favorites directional abilities. Right now, I think what would be most important is to find the save points. What do you got for me? Pause the video if you want to read that. And again, I don't have a problem with the story. I'm just saving it for later. You can swing that at a downward angle. Ooh, and I leveled up off of weed. Go ahead, I dare anyone to not take that out of context. Not that taking it in context is necessarily better. Ooh, Sparkle Sword. I might actually end up using that for a while. So we're pretty close to that save point now. Mithrite, Obsidian, Iron. Love it. And this is Lethal Boots. Sweet, those will actually be more useful now that I've got the flying air kick. Oh, I mean, that kind of worked. And the blunderbuss. Oh man, finding all the good stuff now. Matter of fact, let's equip the lethal boots. It's a kick with a knife in the heel. Tell me that's not cool. But I'm gonna save it up here and call it good. This seemed like a pretty good show of gameplay. Hopefully this helps you make up your mind as to whether or not you want to try this game out. I sincerely hope that a good number of you decide that this is your jam. It's definitely my jam. I'm loving every moment of it. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to my channel to see more in the future. Drop a like and leave a comment, but the best thing you can do with this video is to share it with a friend. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I'll be seeing you. God, she looks comfortable, doesn't she?